know when Gavin takes the mound, you're going to get his best.
Well, no question. But Gavin has been struggling. He struggled in the month of June. I know he's 9-4, but he wasn't the same. In his first 12 starts, he was unbelievable, averaging over 6 innings per start. He was 8-3. He had 9 starts of at least 6 innings. In the month of June, he did not pitch 6 innings. You know, in 5 starts, he's averaged 5 1/3 runs, and his pitch count went up about 3 or 4 more pitches per inning. So he's got to reel it in a little bit, get ahead of the hitters, and he'll get a lot of swings and misses.
Let's take a look at Will Venable's starting lineup for the White Sox tonight. Sam Antonacci, the rookie in left field, will be the leadoff hitter. Then Miguel Vargas at the hot corner hitting second. Kyle Teel, the catcher, bats third. Andrew Benintendi, the DH, will bat cleanup. Then Colson Montgomery and Braden Montgomery, followed by Chase Meidroth, Tristan Peters, and Jacob Gonzalez batting ninth.
Defensively for the Guardians, it looks like this. In the outfield, Fry is in left field tonight. Kwan is in center. DeLauder over in right field. On the infield, Arias, Rocchio, Bazzana, and Hoskins. And Hedges is behind the plate tonight.
Edwin Moscoso will call the balls and strikes. Nick Lentz, your first base umpire. Hunter Wendelstedt is down at third. And Vic Carapazza, the crew chief, is your third base umpire. Game top temperature tonight will be 89 degrees. There's a little cloud cover creeping in from the west, and that might help at times because it's been a scorching week here in Cleveland, Ohio. Guardians come in at 46 and 42. White Sox at 45 and 41. Guardians have played 2 more games than Chicago, but in terms of winning percentage, they are locked atop the AL Central standings. Tonight's first pitch is a fastball strike to Sam Antonacci. The White Sox leadoff man is 4th in the American League in batting average, and he's riding a 7-game hitting streak coming into tonight. He was 2 for 4 with a double and a run batted in last night. Down and in with the curveball, 1-1. Since the calendar turned to June, Antonacci has been an on-base machine. His on-base percentage, .431. He's not afraid to stand his ground. He's been hit by pitches 17 times, second most in the majors.
No, he likes to get dirty. He plays hard. He's not afraid to get hit. He'll take a walk anyway to get on base. Scrappy.
Fouled
Good
that
pitch.
one off.
Like that in on his hands. Hopefully I want to see the Gavin today locate the fastball, and everything revolves off that. If he can keep that fastball down in the zone, and once he gets him looking down there, can elevate it maybe the second time through.
Rick, we've seen the fastball velocity up from Gavin Williams, and Stephen Vogt made a comment before the game that I thought was interesting. He said, with Gavin's delivery, it can be violent at times, and maybe in reaching back for a little extra velo, maybe that's gotten him out of whack sometimes with the consistency of his delivery.
Yeah, I could see that. When he's nice and smooth and easy and relaxed and just let it go. I mean, not trying to muscle it up.
I'll give you the words from Carl. He wants him more north-south coming down the mound. He feels like he's been a little east-west because that comes from what Matt just said, trying to get that extra torque to get more velocity is getting him in trouble. So
he's got plenty of that.
Right, so more north-south down the mound. If you see him drifting,
that makes sense.
That's what we should be paying attention to.
Well, that first fastball I loved. It was right down there at the knees for a strike. First pitch of the game.
And the other thing, you talk about the clouds from the west, Matt. I've got a lot of company down here where I'm sitting from the grounds crew who's worried about maybe 35, 40 minutes from now.
Tell them to go in there. They're fine.
I love to tell them.
Bazzana fields it, fires it, got him, 1 down. Well, our Toyota key to the game. Big Rig's got to stay away from the toll booth. That 5th inning has been the toll booth. They've made him pull over and pay some heavy fines, and he can't get back out there on the road.
Yeah, no, he's a guy that he's a 6th-inning guy easy when he's throwing the ball the way he's capable of doing it. That's why I said he didn't do it in the month of June, but he's got to come back and get on track and get it rolling. And keep the pitch count down per inning.
Miguel Vargas takes ball 1.
His first 12 starts, he was averaging like under 15 pitches per inning, 14.9. In the last month, in his last 5 starts, he's averaging 18.6. So, you know, that goes up, and that means he's behind in the counts a lot.
Base hit left field. Miguel Vargas is aboard with 1 out here in the first for Chicago.
That guy's turning into a pretty good hitter. No question.
Vargas can run as well. He's stolen 11 out of 13. Kyle Teal, left-handed hitter, stands in. He was 1 for 4 with a double and 2 runs batted in last night. Line toward left, moving over. David Fry makes a running catch. 2 down. Hit it hard, but Fry able to defend it well. Just cut across. And with 2 down, Andrew Benintendi, the veteran, stands in now for Chicago. Andrew Benintendi in his 4th year with the White Sox. When he signed back in 23, it was the richest contract handed out in franchise history. For their money, Benintendi has given them 50 home runs in his time with Chicago. Interesting, you know, this guy was a pretty doggone good outfielder, but he's basically moved into almost a full-time DH role now.
Yeah, he's been around long enough there. He was a very good outfielder. There you go.
Big Rig pumps it by him. White Sox do not score, and the Guardians are coming to bat.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
The Guardians starting lineup for Stephen Vogt, brought to you by Progressive. Travis Pizzana in the leadoff spot. David Fry batting second tonight. Chase DeLauder hits third. Reese Hoskins will bat cleanup. Kyle Manzardo, the DH, hits fifth. Brian Rocchio in the 6th hole, followed by Gabby Arias, Austin Hedges, and Stephen Kwan batting ninth.
Anthony Kay making his 2nd start against the Guardians. He has pitched out of the bullpen before. He pitched very good in his last start. He and Williams matched up last time. He went 6 innings, 3 hits, did not allow a run.
Pizzana swings at the first pitch and sends one sky high to right center. Braden Montgomery, the right fielder, able to make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up David Fry. He's homered in back-to-back games, but last night, boy, it was a clutch pinch hit home run that got the Guardians to within a run. You know, in a game like last night, the focus, and rightfully so, is on Brian Rocchio's dramatic game-ending home run. But it's the little things along the way that you sometimes overlook. The home run by David Fry that got you to within a run. The incredible work of the bullpen. The great throw by Stephen Kwan in center field.
Yeah.
Doubled up a runner trying to go to third. Little things along the way kept the White Sox from pulling any farther away.
That was a weird game all the way around. The way it started, guys getting picked off and guys running into outs, and you know, it started out a lot of runners left on base. There were errors. It was sloppy at some point in time, but it was still a 1-run game and a very good game at that.
Will Venable said, look, when you play the Guardians, the #1 thing on the pitching side is don't walk people.
Yeah.
And he said that killed us. We just couldn't overcome all of the walks, the cumulative effect.
Well, we had to come from behind last night against them. They had one against us when we were there as well. So now we're even. And 4 1-run games. Let's go. We'll see. We got 3 to go here.
Arch, Will Venable said something to me before the game, like an hour and a half ago, that stood out to me. He says, when you play good teams, they will show you what you're bad at. He goes, we've had problems in our bullpen. And he goes, and the Guardians are forcing us to work at it.
Yep. Well, that was the goal. You know, we
Serious,
said get him out of there. Let's get to the bullpen.
Can Kay get this?
Look at Kay get over there. He sure can.
They made him take something off after the first pitch, and they put it in his back pocket. I'm still trying to figure out what that exactly was. But the bench made him said something about something that's in that back pocket.
It made him lighter. So 2 down for Chase DeLauder. Chase riding an 11-game hitting streak. 17 hits. Check out our Hyundai in the driver's seat. Batting .378 during that tear. 4 doubles, 7 runs driven in. He's had multi-hit efforts 5 times. Swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-1. Anthony Kay, he kind of gave him fits last week in Chicago.
Yes, he did. Only allowed, like I said, 3 hits.
Was it from him going inside early, or was it from him throwing that slider away, Arch?
It was a little both.
Both,
yeah, I mean, he had everything working.
He did.
And he was undefeated at home. He did not get a decision. He was 5-0, but he lost his last start at home against Kansas City. But he's only 1-2 with a .640 on the road. And now you have him in your park. You had a look at him last week.
I looked at the box score from Kansas City. Lane Thomas, Bobby Witt, right-hand hitters got to him.
Yeah.
Well, in Chicago, remember in that first inning, the Guardians loaded the bases against him, and he struck out back-to-back hitters to get out of it, and that was kind of it for him. He dominated him through the rest of the outing, 6 innings in all, just 3 hits allowed total. Struck out 8. Come around the message board. Just missed off the outside edge, and the count goes full.
I'll tell you, the lefties did a nice job last night of drawing some walks at some close pitches off left-handers, just off the dish when they had 2 strikes. You know, very close, because everybody was out of challenges early.
Yes.
Payoff pitch is bounced to second. The Guardians go 1-2-3. No score after 1.
Out without Heinz and Kraft singles.
Guardians TV is presented by Progressive.
Shortstop number 12, Colton Montgomery.
Blue skies off to the east. Clouds continue to roll in from the west. Colson Montgomery leads off the second for Chicago. Big swing and a miss. Montgomery has hit in each of his last 3 games and 7 of his last 8. When we saw them in Chicago, he was really scuffling, a lot of strikeouts. Now, I think as we have said many times, when you face quality arms in the American League, has more than their fair share of quality arms. A guy like him with that long swing, he can be susceptible, I think.
All hitters, power hitters, you know, if you can hit for power, and he can do that. He has 20 home runs already. I mean, you're going to have 21 to be exact. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be holes. He goes for it a lot.
What makes me curious, Arch, is we know that he didn't debut till a year ago tomorrow.
Right.
And they sent him all the way back to Arizona at the beginning of the year last year. What made them say he's ready when he's still striking out a lot? But they're finding a way for him to get contact as well.
Well, when you hit 40 home runs over that span, you can afford to strike out. I mean, that's what happens. But they did a nice job sending them all the way back and breaking them down to square one. And there you just take a fastball that hits the 3 digits. But there's a good quality pitch. That's the tough one where Gavin, when he has it down there, that's tough to pick up.
Now Braden Montgomery. Can't catch up to that. 98 with a little movement.
See, that's when he's smooth and easy, that's how the ball jumps out of his hand. Because then he just lets it fly and it gets by the hitter in a hurry.
Hung a breaking ball, and that's bang right back through the middle. Sped him up.
Matt, he's been pretty impressive from what we've seen from him. He get the ball all over the field.
Well, he now has a 13-game on-base streak, and Dre, as I mentioned last night, it's not just taking a walk here and there. He's hitting the ball hard during this on-base streak.
That ball was right down the middle, and it was elevated. So an easy pitch for him to hit, and he didn't do too much with it. Took it right back up the middle for a base knock. Gavin knew that pitch. It was in the middle of the plate.
Now Chase Mydroth. Tried to push bunt and fouled it off. Now, Mydroth, I don't want to say it was surprising. He's hit 7 home runs last night, but he leaned into one and shot it out of here to right field. Off the bat, it looked like a line drive that maybe a double, and that thing just took off. Quick throw to first. They almost had him, and it's a delayed call. Picked him off. 2 down.
The quick feet of the big rig.
I guess they don't think I can move fast.
You know what? He can turn it, and he spins it, and you know, it's just deceptive. He gets it over there in a hurry, and they had it by plenty. He never got back to the base until he was already tagged out and coming up with it.
That's his 4th pickoff, tied for the top spot in the AL for the big rig.
And that's not an easy thing for right-handers to go out and pick guys off, especially the size of Gavin.
Check swing roller ends the inning. No score midway through the second.
Month with 532 due at signing and no down payment.
MLB Plus is brand new this year. Stream MLB Network 24/7 in the U.S. and select out-of-market games every week. Plus live radio broadcast every game. Game day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB.
Rhys Hoskins leads off for Cleveland here, bottom of the second inning.
This is one here when you got the righties in there, you say, come on, righties, because lefties have done not much against Anthony Kay this year. A 181 batting average. We have 4 lefties in the lineup today, so let's go, righties. Get on there and get it started.
Hoskins sends one high in the air, right side of the infield, backing up the first baseman Jacob Gonzalez. One away. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
You can see in his first start against us, 18 outs, 6 of them on the sweeper, the slider with 4-seam fastball, and his sinker. And he was very effective, very good. You mentioned, Matt, he had him a chance early. He got out of it and then just went to work.
Of his 8 strikeouts in that outing, for what it's worth, 7 of them came at the expense of the 5 through 9 hitters. Kyle Manzardo batted 5th in that game, struck out twice against Kay. Last night, Manzo 0 for 1, but walked twice. Way out in front. 0-2. Struck him out on 3 pitches. Arch, is the information exchange early in a game like this, when you just faced him a week and a half ago, is the information exchange among the hitters? What's he doing? Is it the same sequence,
yeah,
same kind of stuff?
I mean, you've only faced him once, and it was let's say 10 days ago. Same thing. Hey, that slider's good. And, you know, you're picking up. Yeah, you'll share stuff. But the lefties better watch the left how he pitches the left-handers, and righties same way. Watch the right-handers. Why should he change if everything's going to go right for him? You know, they're going to have to make an adjustment. If they're going to have to get some hits to really make him do anything differently.
Brian Rocchio last night had the bases loaded, walked that forced in a run, and the walk-off 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th. That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good take on the changeup.
Caught the outside corner with a good pitch.
You have to get that changeup down in the way he just missed, and he took a good pitch. He's going to throw the breaking ball to come into the backside of the plate and hit the corner.
Down and in. Evens will count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Steve Mavote told me before the game, Rick, when they went to Milwaukee right after the injuries to Angel, Chase, and Jose Ramirez, he said, we were pressing. He goes, myself included. You could feel it. He said it took Brian Roque in particular a few games to just kind of adapt, to make that adjustment. But he's really been impressed with how he's carried himself since. Swing and a miss. Anthony Kay razor sharp here in the early going. 2 innings, no score. No score, 3rd inning. We're starting about young here in Cleveland.
Yes, indeed.
Well, he's got a Philly shirt on. You would expect.
Well, at least the boy doesn't.
I got to teach him.
They're rowdy in Philly.
I love it.
Got to teach him young.
I might go out there. I got to go hang out with that dad.
Yeah, but the kid's drinking a beer.
I want to hang out with him too.
Fouled right back. Tristan Peters, boy, this guy's been on fire last 32 games. I mean, it's
a month, good month.
He's hit .337 with 12 doubles, 18 runs knocked in.
He's got a very quick swing.
Got a little pop in there.
Swing and a miss, and Gavin made him look foolish.
That was a good curveball, down, out of the zone, bounced it just behind the plate. Well, that's strikeout number 3 for Gavin. There it is. There it is, perfect away, and look at it. 83 miles an hour, and it had a little fade to it.
How about 15 strikes in his last 16 pitches?
I like it. Like it a lot.
Is that efficient enough for you?
Yes.
Indeed.
Like that a lot. That's what I mean. When he's around the strike zone throwing strikes, he's unhittable.
Back goes Fry, still going back on the track, pulls it down. 4 out number 2. Gonzalez gave it a ride the other way.
Yeah, their approach has been good. They've hit some Teal hit a line drive to Fry out there and hit it hard, staying on the baseball.
Number 17, Sam Antonacci.
Back to the top of the order as Gavin Williams is filling up the zone.
Beautiful. 20 out of 25 pitches have hit the zone.
Sam Antonacci grounded out in his first at bat.
And with him, it's quick outs he's getting. And sometimes when he's throwing the ball well, it's tough for him to get quick outs because people don't put the ball in play off him.
Well, Antonacci's the one guy that it worked him. He got it to a full count. First pitch fastball again.
When he got into that role where he was when we were in Philly, and it was starts before that and starts after that, when he was missing by a couple inches on each side of the plate. You know what I mean? It wasn't bad at all. He wasn't spiking anything, pulling anything.
And when you're that close, you're going to force the hitter to maybe be a little more aggressive.
They have to swing if you get ahead of them.
He's ahead of Antonacci 1-2.
He's always been a tough guy to hit, and he's always been very tough on left-handers. I mean, lefties are up to 213 off him this year. That's more than it has been in the past. That's for sure.
Backdoor curveball missed. 2-2. I mean, to your point, if you're giving up less than a hit per inning, you're in the top echelon of
You're
pitchers.
good, right?
He's given up 87 hits in now 104 innings.
Right.
Of work.
He's always been that way. Tristan McKenzie used to be like that we had. They never gave up hits. Their problems and issues were walks and giving them base runners.
Antonacci, obviously a very good eye.
Well, some guys are just a pain in the neck anyway, and he's one of them.
Arias. He got him to go fish and strikes him out, his 4th of the night. 3 shutout innings for Gavin Williams. No score in Cleveland.
What if? Here we go!
Cleveland Guardians baseball brought to you by Blue Moon, now available in Blue Moon Light and Blue Moon non-alcoholic. You see the clouds forming off to the west as they move out over the lake. Hopefully it kind of stays north. We may have to play through a few raindrops. Hopefully it's not severe enough that it stops the game, but we shall see. Bottom of the 3rd, Gabriel Arias leading off for Cleveland, no score. Anthony Kay misses down and in. Gabby with a hit in 5 of his last 6 games. Two balls, no strikes.
Yeah, lay down a 4-seamer. When you get the count in your favor, you get a 2-0 count. You got to sit fastball. If you get it, you can't be late on it. You got to hit it, and if you hit it, you got to pull it. You know what I'm saying? Or foul. You can't be tardy on it when you have the count in your favor.
Back foot breaking ball, 3-1. Back to the same scenario. You sit fastball here, but be ready, be on time for it.
Yes, and why not? He just tried with that breaking ball again. He could throw him a changeup away, but you don't have to swing at it. But you got to be geared in your zone where you want to do some damage with it if it's a fastball. There it is. So he doesn't. He gets the walk, and there's your start to an inning.
First base runner for Cleveland. Austin Hedges coming up. Bet365 betting odds tonight. Austin Hedges has hit in 3 straight, and over his last 13 games, he's batted .343. Hedgie is a guy, to your point, Rick. He will hunt that fastball middle in, and he will get the head out.
Just watch how he opens up. You can tell he's looking in.
I was going to say the same thing.
Look at that front foot.
He's begging
wide
you.
open.
Come on in here with that cutter is what he's asking for right now.
Up and away.
Arch in the past, he would instantly say bunt in this situation with Hedgie early in the game, but because of how he's swinging it, they want him to swing right now.
Yeah, but you can't give up an out early in the game. No score. You got to go.
Tried to paint that outside edge. It's almost as though they've done their homework. Yep. They know what Hedgie likes to do, what he's looking for, so they're trying to get him to roll over. But now you put yourself, meaning Kay, in a position where you've got to come into him here.
Yeah, get yourself a good pitch to hit. He's nibbling out there. He's trying to get these guys to get aggressive. Let him come to you. You know, right there. Now he falls behind the first 2 hitters. One was 3-1. This is 3-0. No patience.
Let me go back to something real quick. When a guy's throwing mid to upper 90s, let's say he's got enough velo to get it by you, and you're in that advantage count, you're looking fastball, but you're a hitter like Gabby Arias who likes to let the ball track and try to go the other way. Can you almost work yourself into a situation where you're late because that's what you like to do?
You shouldn't be able to. I mean,
even if you're looking the other way, you
you should still be able to get out on that. I mean, you're going to let it get in anyway. You can't let it beat you.
Because we think sometimes being aggressive means get the head out, get out ahead of it, but that's not necessarily
what you're saying. Because you can still take breaking balls the other way when you have that swing and you're locked into what you're doing. You adjust to breaking balls. You're not going to hit good ones. You'll hit bad breaking balls. But don't be late on the fastball. That's how you make your money.
Hedgie was going to make him throw a strike. He did. It's 3-1. Stephen Kwan waits on deck. No score, 3rd inning. Arias a very short lead at first. And that's low ball 4. He's walked the first 2 and he set it up. And we've got a late challenge from Teal. I did not see him tap the helmet. He did. ABS is powered by T-Mobile. It's ball 4. And the White Sox are down to 1 ABS challenge.
Confirmed. Chicago has 1 challenge remaining.
Matt Arch, would you be surprised if I told you going into last night we've only had 20 Major League Baseball games that have not had a challenge at the plate?
I'm surprised there's that many.
Really, I figured the same, but only 20 going into last night.
I'm surprised there's 20. That's a lot. You got them. It's like the casino.
Right.
You still got a couple chips in your pocket. You go home.
I'm taking them home with me.
Exactly. I'm not taking them. You don't get them anymore. You better use them.
He squares, he bunts, he gets it down.
There you go. I like that.
He forces Vargas to field it, and he throws him out. 1 away. Arias to third, Hedges to second.
All right, now you've got the inning set up. Like that. With the first 2 guys on, going through for the second time. And there you go. Make the third baseman field it. The only play is at first. You know, and now Kay already with 3 2-0 counts. Yesterday, the White Sox had 12 2-0 counts in that ball game.
I remember,
and we had 7.
And their manager told them that's the #1 thing you can't do against the Guardians is walk batters.
Right. I mean, so he walks the first 2. They've got an inning set up. Bazana, his second at bat, he swung at the first pitch, so he should see a couple pitches here first. But now you got a chance to get on the board. The infield is in.
Bazana strokes it into center field. Arias scores, Hedges to third. The throw to the cutoff man, and it's 1-0 Cleveland as Travis Bazana knocks in his 27th run of the year, his 16th since June 1st.
Well, nice thing, he just goes right back up the middle with it. He didn't try to do too much. Hedgie couldn't get a jump off second, so he could only move up a base. But there you'll see a little, it's 92. He's away. It was off the plate. It might have been a cutter, but it was up, and he stayed on it. I mean, it was away, and he just tried to slap it back up the middle, and he did. So they got the early lead, and still a chance to add on.
1 out. Here's David Fry. Fights it off, right side foul. And off the netting. Guardians trying to hang a crooked number here on the board early. Upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Interesting situation when you think about a Hedgie. You know, he'll give you everything he has, but not fleet of foot with the infield back. Does he go automatically on a ball on the ground?
He should.
Think
it's
so.
up the middle between short and second. Yeah, why not? He's got a big lead.
To third, backhanded by Vargas. Goes to second for 1 on to first, and inning-ending double play. Wow, that was slickly turned by Vargas at the hot corner, and the White Sox get out of a big jam. Guardians grab the lead 1-0 through 3.
The zone, AutoZone.
Well, Sunday will be another kids' fun day out here at the ballpark. All kids get to run the bases after the game against the Sox. It'll be a 1:40 start, thanks to Cleveland Clinic Children's. Get your tickets now at CLEGuardians.com.
Well, wherever you're tuning in tonight, hope you're enjoying your 4th of July weekend as it gets underway in full swing tonight. Hopefully the weather holds off. Just up high with a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Miguel Vargas here as we start the 4th inning. No score. Vargas signaled to the left side of the infield his first time up. He's all over the leaderboards in the American League. 6th in walks. He's 4th in runs scored and 10th in slugging percentage. 19 homers, 16 doubles, a triple.
The picture of him kind of sitting on the bench when he first got traded over, he looks like a different guy.
Dre, I thought it was just us. I thought it maybe was just something we noticed,
Right.
but it was. I heard somebody else say he was the poster child for everything that was going wrong in Chicago at that time.
Right.
So it wasn't just
Us.
what we saw.
But I tell you, I was sitting in their dugout pregame, and he came running out, and it was like a Jose Ramirez moment. He came running out and yelling and smiling and getting guys going, and it was, hour and a half before the game, and I talked to some people there, and they said, yes, he is our guy that gets these guys going. They kind of follow his lead right now.
It's always fun when you got 16 doubles, 19 home runs, 52 ribbies, and you can play third, first, or whatever.
Too.
Well, he didn't have any trouble chewing out his teammate Sam Antonacci last night either when he failed to score in that double.
Great.
I like that.
Art, you look good up there with that hat, man.
Thank you.
I didn't see a big white hat. They got one that fits you.
For Chicago, the catcher number 8, Kyle.
Well, he's wearing a hat to keep the sun out of his eyes.
That
sun, yeah.
It's killing you, huh?
It's going to stay on.
Can't get it off.
Kyle Teal lined to left first time up. He drove it hard the opposite way.
Okay, now Gavin, let's go. He's got to get it. You come back there, you got him a run. He wants to get right back out there and get the offense back in. But he walked the leadoff man, and he was just pounding the strike zone.
Kyle Teal's season did not start until we arrived in Chicago, June 22nd. He had a hamstring injury that turned into a knee injury. But boy, he's come back and he's jumped right into the mix. He's knocked in 8 runs in his last 6 games.
Yeah, this is one of those guys, got that trade from Boston and came over last year, and a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, getting an opportunity to play, moving on, looked good, and then got hurt in the WBC, and just getting back into action.
2-1. He couldn't pull the trigger on that curveball.
You know what? That's probably a pretty good idea when you only have 1 strike. Now that's a tough one to hit because it was down, so you can take it and say, forget it, I'm not swinging at it because I can't hit it.
Looks so good because it's up in the air and you see it so good, but then you see it breaking, you're like, I better not.
And then the toughest thing is to wait for it, because you always end up getting out in front, and if you hit it, it would have been a good chance to maybe get a ground ball double play.
Came back with a backdoor breaking ball, and Teal is caught looking.
Looked like he wanted the challenge too, but he already cost him 1 challenge.
5th strikeout for Gavin Williams.
Number 23, Andrew Benintendi.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there.
Yeah, it is. See, did you see where his hand went? He wanted to go up there.
It may have been a good move.
Too early.
Now Andrew Benintendi takes ball 1. And now Hedgie will challenge.
Pitch is called the ball. The catcher challenge.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. This one might have been a little too high, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Goal is confirmed. Cleveland has 1 challenge remaining.
Edwin on his game today. You know, that pickoff that Williams had earlier in the game, in the second inning, that'll keep runners a little bit closer.
Montgomery, right? Yeah, it was Montgomery.
Yeah, it was Montgomery. That'll keep him a little bit closer to first base.
And a 4-pitch walk. Second of the inning. And now the White Sox have an opportunity with 2 on and 1 out. And Colson Montgomery coming up now for Chicago. Injury report brought to you by the injury attorneys at Elk & Elk. Munetake Murakami will be headed out on a rehab assignment very soon, they hope.
Well, he ran the bases today, and they want him to run the bases 2 times in a row. So if he can come out tomorrow, Matt, and he runs the bases the way he did today, they will send him out on a rehab, and they'll get him back as soon as they can after that rehab. But they want him to run the bases hard 1 more time before they do that.
All right, Judgment Day. Boy, they're going to be happy to welcome him back into that lineup.
Gonzalez may not, but yes, the rest will.
That's out of his control.
If he keeps swinging it the way he's been swinging it, they'll find a way to keep him
You're
here.
darn right they will.
One to Colson Montgomery with 2 on and 1 out. Gavin was on the attack through the first 3 innings.
20 out of 25 first pitches were strikes. But now he's got 15 balls. And there you go. How efficient.
Back to even with Montgomery. Yeah, 15 balls, only 7 strikes since that start. Now the 2-2. All back. Second time in the inning, a White Sox hitter can't pull the trigger with 2 strikes. Montgomery strikes out number 6 for Gavin.
That was a nice tight breaking ball there. He's shaking his head talking to himself. But you see the sweep. Here it comes. There it is. Plenty of plate.
And so with 2 down, Braden Montgomery singled to center. First time up. And it was a hanging breaking ball. Montgomery now a 13-game on-base streak.
That's good for a young rookie to start out, you know, where it shows you that you consistently get on, make something happen. You have to have a good eye, mix in a few knocks.
Considering this is only his 22nd game.
Yeah. Well, when you started the way he did, put big expectations on himself.
That's true.
Got his first major league knock and then the walk-off home run in his first game played at his home ballpark. So they're going to love him.
Fouled off his foot. Good bloodlines for Braden Montgomery. His mom was a track athlete at the University of Iowa. His dad played football there. And his stepdad, who basically raised him, also was a college football player at Iowa.
I look down there and see 24 on his back. I think Grady Sizemore. You know, in this kid.
There's some similarities.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. And Grady was coaching with him last year.
Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Oh boy, that was 2-seam fastball at 99. This is unhittable. He might have helped him a little bit. It was down, but you always say those low tracers are just hard to hit. Period.
Yes, they sure are, Matt. I mean, you may think you can get them. It's tougher to see. You pick them up a little later than you do a higher fastball, but it got movement on it. and it disappears.
2 on, 2 out. Critical 2-2 pitch coming. In the dirt and a full count.
Well, they'll get a head start now.
The bill of his cap is completely soaked. Runners go on the payoff pitch. And a sky-high topper to first. Hoskins takes it himself. It's a fair ball, and the side is retired. So Gavin gets out of trouble. Works around a pair of walks. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Chase DeLauder leads us off when we come back. Guardians lead at 1-0 as we move to the bottom of the 4th in a very slow, ominous storm clouds kind of moving in from the west, but they are crawling across the sky. Chase DeLauder leads it off here, bottom of the 4th. Rounded out his only time up in the 1st. Tops one up the middle. Colson Montgomery had to reach low. Quick throw gets his man, 1 down. A word here from Cleveland Clinic.
When you make complexities your specialties, you redefine what's possible. For every care in the world, Cleveland Clinic.
1 down for Rhys Hoskins. Popped up on the infield, his only time up. He does it again, but this might get out of play, and it will find its way into the seats. Follow the bouncing ball.
Yeah, found some cement twice. He's
a
challenged.
challenge.
I thought that was up and in.
Pitch is called a strike. Batter has challenged.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. And I think Rhys is in the right.
Goals have returned. Cleveland retains the challenge.
To third. Vargas. 2 down. Well, earlier today, here's a great sign. Jose Ramirez just got his stitches out. Look at him. He's out there playing catch, throwing the ball around, taking some ground balls. I mean, huh? That's a great sight.
Yeah, it is. Both of them being out there.
Angel Martinez as well. Letting that fracture in the foot heal up. No real update in terms of the timeline other than they are progressing, which at this stage is encouraging. Not for them, because as we know, professional athletes, they're not the best patients in the world because they don't have patience.
Right. You want to get back. The sooner the better. And, you know, nowadays what they do, what they never used to do in the old days, they make sure you're ready.
Yeah.
They'll even give you a couple of extra days to make sure, you know. I mean, back in the day, they wouldn't even send you out on an assignment. Okay, you ready? Okay, good. Go ahead.
Well, our training staff, I mean, JD, Chad, Bobby, everybody involved, they do such a great job of the day-to-day maintenance and care of the players. But they go to another level when it comes to injuries. Deep down the line, right field in the corner, Braden Montgomery makes the catch in foul territory, and the Guardians go 1-2-3. We've played 4. It's Cleveland 1, Chicago 0.
Folks,
I'm out here in right field with Mackenzie and Ava, my two new favorite friends, as we're right in front of the Rocchio pole. Last night, Brian Rocchio made himself have a walk-off against every team in the AL Central, and his manager, Stephen Vogt, says you can see him growing up right in front of his face.
I think there's going to be a number of really good things that come out of this stretch. This is uncharted waters for this group. To not have Hosey in the lineup has been, we've been blessed over the last handful of years, and so I think we're going to get a lot of maturity from people. But I do think Roki in particular has taken a leadership role this year, and this is only going to help that grow.
Right after that hit, just some information on walk-offs here at Progressive Field. That was the 253rd walk-off in Progressive Field history, the 103rd walk-off in playoff history and Progressive Field history. Why do I bring that up? Because that's the most in baseball in that amount of time. The only place that's close is Dodger Stadium, guys, with just 80 of them in that same amount of time.
All right, thanks, Dre. Pretty good spot down there, huh? Nice perch.
Hey, I think I might stay over here. I got some good friends. This is nice.
Everybody else is running for cover.
I'm going to run for something else.
Yeah, that area last night, I saw some videos of people that, had their phones out when Rocchio came to the plate, so they captured it perfectly as the ball came right down the line, almost right into their lap. And that area was up for grabs on that home run by Brian Rocchio. I see a number of people vacating the lower deck.
Yeah, they are. They want cover. They're heading for cover.
Don't see any rain falling at the moment, but maybe they are sensing it.
They all have phones. They know what's coming.
They do?
They know what's coming. We don't have to tell them.
One ball, two strikes. Now on Tristan Peters. And he lines it into left field.
That guy continues to swing. He did a nice job of getting up top. He had a nice level swing to take it the other way for a base hit. So they got back-to-back hits here to start the fifth. Check this out. It's a high heater. And see how smooth and level that swing was to get on top of that high fastball. That's not an easy thing to do off Gavin.
All right, the first two are aboard for Chicago. Their best chance of the game so far. Jacob Gonzalez, the 9th place hitter. He's swinging and crushes it foul. Out in front of the hanging curveball. Deep into the corner. Now he bunts, and Arias takes care of it. Sacrifice puts Meidroth the tying run at third. Peters the go-ahead run at second base. And with one out, we'll turn it over to the top of the order.
Now batting for Chicago, the leadoff hitter, left fielder number 17, Sam Antonacci.
Well, he gave him one chance to swing, and then all of a sudden he lays down a nice bunt to move him over.
Infield in. Wind really picking up. And he sends one in the air down the left side, foul, out of play. I mean, that wind has picked up and it is blowing straight in, which is a rarity. I mean, straight in off the lake.
It's switched.
A lot of times you'll see it coming in from right field, but the flags on the top of the scoreboard are blowing straight at us. Here the ball to first. Hoskins will come home with the throw. It's up the line. Hedges tags him out. 2 down. Peters goes to third. Antonacci to first on the fielder's choice as the rain now begins to fall. Crew chief Vic Carapazza, the third base umpire, he'd be the man to call for the tarp if and when the situation warrants it. And the problem now the grounds crew could run into is when you get wind gusts like this, it can be an absolute monster trying to get that tarp on the field.
Yeah, sure can.
And there go some of the press notes out of the booth.
Yeah, it's
Check swing. Ball to strike. Arches.
Yeah, we got.
I feel like Dorothy and Wizard of the Oz right here. There are things flying in every which direction.
Don't
worry,
worry,
Andy M. Swing and a miss.
Don't worry if your notes come out. I'm still right here where they flew to your fan a couple years ago.
They were from New York.
Yeah,
You got to find some New Yorkers.
He wasn't supposed to be on TV, Arch.
0-2 pitch to Miguel Vargas. Checked, it was low. First and third, 2 down. And the 1-2 pitch. Popped up, foul ground. Hoskins over there, and the wind just blew it right into the seats.
Yeah, that was a blessing there. It sure did.
I'll tell you what, yeah, any ball that gets hit in the air to the outfield is going to be an adventure right now.
Yeah, keep the feet moving.
Gavin with a 1-2. He got a piece of it, stays alive.
Vargas battling up there now, fouling off some tough pitches.
The big rig readies. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Pop back our way. David Fry, he's watching paper bags, plastic bags, all kinds of stuff flying around his general vicinity. Now the 1-2 is low and away to even the count. Trying to gauge too if the ball does get hit in the air, what that wind might, how it might impact it.
You have no idea right now because it changed so quickly.
2-2.
Look at this at bat.
You get the feeling the skies could open up at any moment. Gavin trying to put him away. Get the Guardians into the dugout. The 2-2 in the dirt, and what a stop by Austin Hedges.
You're right, because I'll tell you, Peters down there at third base, he had a nice lead. He saw that ball down in the dirt, and he was heading home. But watch Hedgie go over and smother this ball and just pinned it up against the chest protector, and he held that runner at third. What a great job.
Well, the string is out. Antonacci will be on the move at first. And the payoff pitch. Hit high and deep and gone. What an at bat for Miguel Vargas, and he puts the White Sox on top 3-1.
That was an unbelievable at bat. I mean, until he finally got something that he liked, and it looked like it was a hanging breaking ball. And he ended up pulling it down the line, and it cut through that wind mat, and it stayed fair, and that's going to be a 2-out, 3-run homer.
And they just called for the target.
Yes, they did.
You talk about bad timing. Wow. Feels like Vic Carapazza had made up his mind as soon as the at-bat was over. He was going to call for the tarp one way or the other. Gavin had plenty.
That's where we stand, so we've got a ways to go.
Cleveland Clinic called to the bullpen for Franco Aleman. Most of the year he has been at AAA Columbus, where he has pitched magnificently in 27 games and 0.32 earned run average. Made his big league debut back on May the 10th. Just a couple of games with the big league club. And now he'll get an opportunity once again. The Guardians sending Daniel Espino back to AAA. And, you know, look, the bottom line is, in the situation with Espino, he's overcome a lot. He's got a tremendous arm. But as he is still kind of building himself back, I think right now the situation warrants that the Guardians and Stephen Vogt need a guy that maybe they can pitch with more regularity than what Espino.
A couple days in a row, or, you know, yes, they need a little more
left, but somebody that you can know that you can pitch back, maybe back-to-back days.
Right. Come back and you can use them a couple of days in a row.
As we get ready to start, the word down here is it's going to rain some more, and they're going to try to play through the rain as it comes back, Art. So that's the plan right now.
Kyle Teal with 2 down, swings and fouls the first pitch back out of play. Teal 0 for 2 on the night.
Let's go, Teal! Swing and a miss, Teal!
Aleman fires, and that one missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Aleman at 6'7", born in Cuba.
Spent a brief time up here earlier, didn't he? Not much.
Couple of games. Aleman lived in Cuba until he was 11. His dad was a doctor, and under the Obama administration granted asylum, and the family immigrated to the U.S. and he went to school in Florida. Popped in the air, shallow left. Rocchio flying out. Coming in is David Fry to make the basket catch to retire the side. We are now officially halfway through, and it's the White Sox 3, the Guardians 1. Half of the 5th inning brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Jeep dealers. Jordan Hicks is the new pitcher for Chicago. Came off the injured list after suffering a lat strain on June 21st, but he did not pitch in any of the games against Cleveland when we were in Chicago. It's a young man who we remember when he was with St. Louis. His arm is, without a doubt, one of the very best and liveliest arms. Command at times has been an issue. He had one bad game this year against the Cubs where he walked 4 batters in 2/3 of an inning.
Yeah, he's gone from bullpen starter. You know, he's done a little of both, no matter where he has pitched. But the first time we have seen him this year.
Brian Rocchio leading off the home half of the 5th inning, and that one almost hit him. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, he's a guy, when you talk about the White Sox and their high leverage bullpen situation, if he ever figures it out, I mean, he could be their answer. But
well, yes, in the places that he's been.
Jam shot drops in center field for Brian Rocchio and a leadoff single.
All right, after a little delay, there's your start. Leadoff man aboard. Second time they had a walk in the 3rd inning. Arias that came around to score in this ball game. So now you get in the 5th inning. Leadoff single by Rocchio.
And here is Gabriel Arias, who you just mentioned, drew that walk to lead off the home half of the 3rd.
Matt, you're on fire with the Hicks and possibly deeper in their bullpen, but consistency is the word. But they haven't used their closer, Sir Anthony Dominguez, almost in a week and a half now.
Yeah, he's been off because he was struggling when we went in there. But he may be forced into duty if we can continue playing tonight at some point in time, if they, you know, hold on to a lead. I mean, that's going to be a question mark for them for a while.
Yes, if they're going to contend and be a part of this, and I know from talking to some of the people, they don't want to really give up on any of their younger guys, but they're going to have to do something about the bullpen if they want to keep going for the rest of the season.
Yes, I mean, it's tough. It's going to get tough second half of the year. People are going to have to step up. But you see, that's what happens when you have a closer. It makes your bullpen so much easier to put into play. Yeah, to build it from the back forward. If you got that closer, if you're inconsistent, you've got a couple of different closers. It's like having two quarterbacks.
You got two quarterbacks. You have no quarterbacks.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're going to be used as long as you're successful.
Right. And you saw that last night with Taylor.
Yeah. Well, they tried to get a 6-out save, you know.
Right.
Which that's what you have to do sometimes.
In the dirt. What
a
stop by Kyle Teal.
Oh my God. He just threw that glove out there and it went right in. He made it look so easy, and that was like, hey, boom, there it goes.
Wow, that is amazing.
It really is. That ball spiked out in front of the plate.
I know they're not wearing skates, but these catchers nowadays are more and more like hockey goalies. They really are, the way they pick it.
They're spinning off those shin guards.
The way they move. 2-2. Arias tops it, foul third base side. Rocchio, a modest lead at first. Draws a throw.
Trying to get something out at the first base and almost threw it wild.
Yeah, well, the fans are down here counting down early on the clock, Arch.
Oh, they're doing that? You can hear them already?
Oh, yeah, well, you know, after rain delays, we only get the good ones.
Foul back.
Doing a nice job of fouling off pitches. That's the thing, you know, just because every time you see guys with arms, and this guy came up and has had a great arm, Hicks. You know, you see guys foul him off. You're saying, boy, how do you do that? And the consistency for him, the slider, he has good stuff, but can he put him away? See, he lets him back into counts. It's not a full count.
Austin Hedges waits on deck. Strike three called. He took a fastball at 100 miles an hour. And a word now from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Sink into unbeatable comfort with Lazy Boy recliners, starting at just $395. For an incredible selection of Lazy Boy, shop Levin.
Austin Hedges walked his first time up. Wow, he was sitting on a fastball and he crossed him up with a first pitch breaking ball.
Yeah, that's where you're guessing fastball is a hitter right there. He was opening up and he was selling out for it. Nothing wrong with that. But now you make an adjustment.
Here we go!
There you get a look at the lead from Rocchio. He's keeping an eye on him.
Came back with the exact same pitch, and it's 0-2.
And that's one part of his game that he's learned a little bit is stealing bases this year. He's got 14, only been caught twice. I mean, he started out slowly on the year, but it takes time as a base stealer to get good jumps and be able to steal them. Look at this. This kid is doing a remarkable job to keep the ball out in front. If he's going to stay with the breaking ball, you may want to run here. He's not able to throw it for a strike. And there's the hockey goalie right there.
Another fastball and another caught looking. 2 down.
Slows him down and then he's speeding him up. He has the last 2 hitters, both Arias and Hedges. Got him with fastballs looking.
Stephen Kwan with 2 down.
Okay, he takes his strike. He gets an idea. Now, if you were going to take a steal, this would be the one to try on with a breaking ball that he's been bouncing with Kwan up.
Not running, and it was another fastball up and away. I think the odds are in your favor that breaking ball is coming now.
Well, it could be, and if he gets the 2 strikes, you may want to try it. He's shortened his lead there.
Foul and out of play.
Maybe he feels he can get that fastball by Kwan. Three straight. He doesn't have a lead. He just ran it by him. All 3 fastballs.
All 3 looking. And the inning after a leadoff single fizzles.
Nothing outshines a blue moon.
Well, celebrate Independence Day here tomorrow at the ballpark. Guards will continue the series against the White Sox. 15,000 fans will receive a patriotic cap courtesy of Car Parts Warehouse, and all fans enjoy a $2 Miller Lite pregame, postgame fireworks show. Get your tickets at CLEGuardians.com.
Andrew Benintendi will lead off the 6th inning for Chicago. Franco Aliman got the 3rd out of the 5th inning, stays on to pitch the 6th. Benintendi way out in front of the off-speed pitch. Good slider.
A little of everything here in the first 3 pitches. Slider, fastball, changeup. Two balls and 2 strikes. And he blew it by him. 97 miles an hour. And Aliman gets the strikeout. 1 down here in the 6th. Yeah, just came back with a good fastball. Looked like it had a little movement going away. He swings through it. Gets his first strikeout, and the second person he has faced. He's got his first 2 outs.
Colson Montgomery struck out twice tonight looking against Gavin Williams. And he takes a pitch down low here for ball 1.
Boy, it's amazing. When we started this game, we had seats were full, everything was rolling, and that storm comes in and
chased a few people out of here.
It sure did.
It stays in play.
Did he?
Diving catch over the tarp by Arias.
Beautiful.
Hangs on for out number 2.
What a nice catch that was. You talk about degree of difficulty.
It was hugging the netting. The only question is, would it maybe deflect off the netting? It did not touch it.
I know. He gets over there. He took a peek. Now he knows he's getting near the tarp, and that's a really fine catch right there.
That's our progressive defensive play of the game.
Good effort.
So 2 down for Braden Montgomery. 1 for 2, singled in the second inning. And a bouncing ball to Travis Bazzana. The Sox go 1-2-3. An inning in the third of perfect relief from Franco Aliman in his return to the big league club.
New bottomless bite tickets include a seat in the upper level, plus endless hot dogs, chips, popcorn, peanuts, and sodas. Bottomless bite tickets are only available for select games. Visit CLEGuardians.com/fan values, and you can get yours today.
Bottom of the 6th inning, top of the order for Cleveland. Chris Murphy on in relief for Chicago. The Guardians have not been able to solve Chris Murphy.
He may be one of those guys throughout this year where we'll see him almost every game we play against him.
Well, so far 3 2/3 innings over 3 appearances of perfect relief.
Yeah. It's like that when we play Detroit. They have their left-handers we certainly see a lot of every time we play them.
Through the raindrops, a pop fly to center. And Tristan Peters makes the catch for out number 1. Tonight marks only the 42nd game of the season in which the Guardians have trailed by more than 1 run in a ball game. And that's tied with the Dodgers for the 5th fewest in all of baseball. Now they're only 8-33 in those 41 games that they've trailed by multiple runs. The good news is they're trying to do it for the 2nd night in a row.
Yeah.
They did it last night against this Chicago club. They also did it earlier on the homestand against Seattle.
Okay.
Multiple
yeah,
runs.
they did with their comeback. That's something that they need to do. It'd be nice to get it started too.
David Fry's the guy that really got him back into the game last night with a home run. Cut it to 1 run.
And that was what, our 29th 1-run game, and for Chicago the 28th. It's 28-29. That's right, 1-run ball games. Guardians are 15-14. Chicago is 17-11.
Swung out and missed. He was way out in front of the curveball. 2 down. A word here from Wayside Furniture.
Celebrate America's 250 years at Wayside Furniture with special savings on Made in America brands. Ask about cash discounts, special financing, and free delivery. Wayside Furniture, keeping it local since 1937.
Chase DeLauder 0 for 2. Ooh, he took aim. He was trying to get him within a run with 1 swing of the bat. Fouled the fastball back.
He always takes a nice healthy cut, that first one, you know, saying let's go, get after it.
That was right at the top of the strike zone. You know, last night, Rick, when Rocchio jumped the fastball and hit it down the line for the home run, we often forget how many times hitters in similar situations get that pitch they're looking for and they just can't quite square it up.
Well, foul it off or whatever. It was a little bit away. It was right to the barrel of that bat, and he had it in perfect spot, you know, just a little bit out front to pull it down the line. And then again, it's his pole down there.
That was weird. Kyle Teal had called timeout. He wasn't sure if Edwin Moscoso gave it to him, so he got back down in his crouch just in case.
Well, he didn't want to get blunt. I don't blame him. Yeah, if you don't hear the timeout after you call it, forget about it.
He's like, oh, I better get down.
Yeah, now. Yeah, he didn't realize the pitcher was going to start, but he had called timeout. Good call.
Another fastball fouled back. You know, those are fastballs that for a pitcher, it's a good miss. It's just above. It's probably not a strike, but too close to take for DeLauder.
And then it was an 0-2 pitch, and he had a pretty darn good swing on an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, if that 0-2 pitch is down another 3 or 4 inches, oh, that might be.
That was like the same pitch that Schneemann hit off of.
Oh yeah,
Skubal for the home run. 0-2. He tried to sneak a fastball by him inside, and he caught it. That was an unbelievable, you know, at bat there.
Trying to get the curveball by him, and DeLauder he won't let anything get by him.
Arch, the best thing about that Schneemann home run was, remember, he was a replacement. He wasn't supposed to be in there.
Yeah. That's because he got hurt.
Yeah,
that's when DeLauder got hurt. He got the base hit prior to that.
Which was unbelievable as well.
Yeah, because he had the rib injury, and he got a base hit and got taken out of the game.
Schneemann hoping for an opportunity to impact this game as a pinch hitter at some point. Swing and a miss. DeLauder strikes out. Guardians go in order. 6 straight retired by White Sox relievers.
Nailed it!
Hey Cleveland, make sure you show up July 5th for the Black Excellence Celebration here at the ballpark. Go Guardians.
That's that jersey we all liked last year that she had on.
Yeah.
I like that.
Light rain still falling here at Progressive Field. We had a rain delay of almost 2 hours in the 5th inning. We now move to the 7th. The White Sox leading at 3-1. Hunter Gaddis will face the bottom third of the White Sox order. Chase Mydroth will lead it off for Chicago. He is 1 for 2. Prior to the game tonight, I was in the booth here preparing when you were doing a radio interview with Len Casper of the Chicago White Sox. A little memory lane type interview. And you were talking about the no-hitter drought for Cleveland. It's the longest no-hitter drought in baseball. And, you know, we've been close so many times. We've watched Guardians pitchers take it deep into games. And, you know, I was thinking about that. No hitters, perfect game, especially perfect game, so rare. But the cycle is also a rare feat.
Yes, it is.
We don't talk as much about the cycle because the perfect game is, I don't know, it's just maybe it's a little more romanticized.
27 outs.
Yeah,
you know, 27 outs.
Yeah.
As a hitter, a cycle's 4 at bats. Yeah. And you got to be good that. I mean, you got to be perfect too.
Fly ball left field. David Fry is there. It's been a long time since we've seen a cycle on Cleveland soil.
Okay, yeah, we've seen a few cycles.
We've seen a few cycles, but in Cleveland, the last cycle in Cleveland was by Boston's Leon Culberson in 1943.
And it was a natural one, huh?
Yeah, he went
single, double, triple.
Finished it with a home run.
Well, I mean, come on, we deserve one. 43.
Isn't that amazing?
Are you kidding me?
The last time it happened in Cleveland, 1943, on this day.
80. Oh my goodness.
That's unbelievable, really.
Oh, it's too crazy. That's some kind of drought.
I got a good trivia question for you, though, because I know you love trivia, and you're really good at trivia.
Sometimes.
If you get this one, I'm just going to put you in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to drive you to Cooperstown tonight, knock on the door, and say, "Put my man in." All right. There have been 2 players to hit for the cycle for both Cleveland and the Chicago White Sox who also played for each team.
Yeah, okay, so they played for each team. Name the 2 guys.
They didn't get a cycle for both clubs.
Oh.
They got a cycle for, one guy got a cycle in Cleveland, one guy got a
But he
cycle in
played
Chicago.
for
But they
both
ended
teams.
up playing for both teams.
Okay.
They're the only 2 that have ever done that for Cleveland and Chicago. So the one is a name you will know. He is a 17-year big leaguer. He's in the Hall of Fame. Almost over 1,000 runs batted in, over 270 home runs.
Wow.
You probably respect this man. He's passed on, but you respect this man as much as anybody.
Oh, now you're driving me nuts. Now you're driving me nuts because
I'll give you another hint here. We're going to celebrate his major league debut.
It's got to be
real soon.
Come on, you know.
Larry Doby.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Come on, Arch.
Yeah, I got you.
The other one.
It's pressure when you got to think right now, and I only, we got to try and finish it before the inning.
You got your Biggers cap on.
Doby hit for the cycle for Cleveland, 1952 at Fenway. He also played for the White Sox.
Yeah.
This other guy was
He managed the White Sox.
This other guy was your teammate as a Cleveland Indian and hit for the cycle for the Chicago White Sox.
Wasn't Grady. No, he never played there.
He didn't play with
your teammate.
Oh,
he was your teammate.
Oh, in Cleveland when he did it?
No. He got the cycle with the White Sox, though. He was
Imagine
your
being his teacher.
As a Cleveland Indian.
What'd you say?
Imagine being your teacher.
I lost my thinking cap. You told me.
Here's another hint.
I lost that when I was in high school.
In his 9-year big league career, he hit a total of 30 home runs.
Jerry Dubzinski.
You're close. You're very close. You don't know how close you are.
That's the first one that popped to mind.
I'm going to give you one more hit. Base hit right field.
You were not saved by
Jacob Gonzalez. Keeps the inning alive for Chicago and keeps the drama,
the pressure,
alive, the pressure on that.
That's my favorite inning of the year so far.
Yeah. When he hit the cycle, it was the first cycle ever at the Kingdome. He did it in Seattle while a member of the White Sox in the very first year of the Kingdome in 1977.
77. And it was a teammate, Bruce Bhakti. No, he didn't do it.
I just don't remember anything from the 70s.
How about this one?
I do if you tell me.
One more hint. This won't help you, but it's one more hint. He was the first White Sox player to get a cycle since 1922. His name, Jack Brohammer.
Oh, he got a cycle?
He was 5 for 5 that day, but he ended up with a cycle. Yeah.
I didn't even know he played over
Thanks
there.
for playing. We've got some lovely parting gifts for you backstage.
Thank you. I need them.
Ball. Cleveland through and through.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cleveland Guardians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Guardians. Well, we now know who will not be closing for the Chicago White Sox tonight.
No, they're going to get him just some work in it after not pitching for quite some time.
Yeah, after the blown save against Cleveland in Chicago, he did not pitch for 5 straight days, and then he got an inning of work in a loss against Kansas City. So I don't think they've given up on Dominguez, but they're trying to figure out how to get him back on track.
Right, ease him back in because his last 2 save appearances he's blown. So they don't want to throw him again and, kill his confidence. They probably have tried to settle him down a little bit and give him a little confidence.
Rhys Hoskins leads off the home half of the 7th for Cleveland.
Well, boy, that rain delay killed me, Andre, with my thinking cap.
You're past your bedtime. I know it. It's not your fault. This is usually your time to drive home. I was talking to Will Venable about this situation. He said with Dominguez, the main thing, and you guys won't be surprised, is getting ahead and staying ahead. He said he's nibbled too much and he needs to throw more strikes.
But that happens to a lot of guys. We always say, hey, they go out there when you're going good and you're feeling it as a pitcher. You get ahead and you make things happen. When you start falling behind and nibbling, you got to stay aggressive.
And we saw that the save he blew against us back in Chicago. Just could not stay in the strike zone.
No, and that happens to
and
guys.
that's when you
and
wonder,
there you go, 3-1 right out of the chute.
At what point do you, as an organization, recognize it may be more mental than it is physical?
Yeah, you know that. But I mean, you got to get the confidence back. I mean, he was there closing games for you. You got to get him to where you were.
He's got a good arm.
Well, yeah, but you know, you don't try and make perfect pitches.
Right.
You got to be aggressive.
Well, Matt said when we were in Chicago, you were talking about how they didn't have anybody on the roster that had closed or saved games, and he had early in his career.
Yes.
But his success truly came being a 7th, 8th inning guy. And, you know, think about it. Last year, he was the guy that was traded. There was Toronto and Baltimore playing in a doubleheader. He pitched for Baltimore in the first game, and they traded him to Toronto in between.
Yeah. Look at you see, he's just falling behind. You just can't do that. I mean, eventually it's going to catch up to you, and the more it happens, it sinks into your brain.
Right.
And what we have to realize as an offense is stay patient. You know, he's trying to make perfect pitches. You'll get yourself in a hitter's count and probably get a good one when he finally realizes I got to throw a strike.
Manzardo tried to turn on that 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside part of the plate. It was a little bit down, and he likes to go down and gulp that ball.
All right, gets himself back into the count now.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Manzardo. Out straight back.
You know, once he gets that first out, he'll feel a lot more comfortable and maybe relax a little bit. But boy, you get a base hit here, and that's going to make him a little more edgier, where he'd be a little nervous.
Yeah, they already got somebody up in the pen, so
that's Brian Hudson, the left-hander, who was not available last night. Manzardo strikes out.
That's a good splitter right there.
6 of the last 7 outs recorded in this game by Chicago pitchers via the strikeout.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he got him to chase that ball out of the zone.
Brian Rocchio. The Guardians only have 2 hits in the game. Brian Rocchio has their last hit coming out of the rain delay when he led off the bottom of the 5th with a single to center field.
Yeah, that's right. And then Bazana, the only one to drive in a run.
Drops a breaking ball in to even the count. That missed high, 2-1.
He's showing his patience.
With that splitter, he's got to throw strikes with the fastball to get guys to actually chase the splitter.
Right, and you got to normally be ahead in the count. He helped him out there. He was patient, and he's shaking his head now. And you know, that's what hitters do, though. They say, okay, I'm going to get myself a fastball here. You got myself an account, and then all of a sudden you go out of the zone to help him out instead of remaining patient. It's easy to do as a hitter like that.
To the backstop it goes, and down to second in the scoring position is Rhys Hoskins on the wild pitch. Is it even harder to remain patient in your at-bat, even though it's your at-bat, when you know the team only has 2 hits and you're not generating a lot of opportunities?
Yeah, you do have to do it, because you just can't do it. You got to get the pitch to do it. Do you see what Dominguez did? He tried to throw a better splitter than he did the pitch before when he already swung at it, and he throws a wild pitch. So no, you've got to remain patient as a hitter until you get to that 2 strikes.
Ball 4. Second walk of the inning. And there are 2 on with 1 out.
Here comes Schnee.
We'll get a pinch hitter now for Gabriel Arias as Daniel Schneemann emerges from the dugout.
Well, he could take him out if he wants to. He's faced his 3 hitters.
You got it. It's coming.
Yeah. Okay. He's announced. Okay, I'm going to go get him. He's not going to give him that opportunity, and it's because he walked 2 hitters. He might have done it if he gave up some hits, but not with walks. He can't see that. It's the 7th inning on.
Brian Hudson has been one of Will Venable's reliable security blankets. He's going to try to use him to his advantage here in the 7th when we come back.
Made this historic milestone possible.
Well, it's OAR Day here at the ballpark when the Guards will face the Pirates on Friday, July 17th. You can celebrate the group's 30-year career with live performances and giveaways, plus catch special OAR-themed fireworks show after the ball game. Get your tickets at CLEGuardians.com.
I think she's auditioning for a spot in the band.
She might be.
2 on, 1 out. Daniel Schneemann will pinch hit for the Guardians here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Left-hander Brian Hudson on a pitch for Chicago, a 2.35 ERA in his 39 appearances. Daniel Schneemann has been very good in the pinch. He's 3 for 8 as a pinch hitter and batting .400 overall in his last 5 ball games. Tops one up the first baseline. It stays foul.
Schneemann, a guy that likes to get after that first pitch. That's why they did not throw him a fastball in that situation. They threw him a breaking pitch.
Hudson, not an overpowering guy with the fastball, but he's got that big sweeper. He's got that long, lanky delivery.
Yeah, you've got to find that zone where you pick it up.
Not quite on the left side.
There was that fastball. Tried to sneak it by him, but fouled it off. That's a good job.
One ball, 2 strikes. Tell you what, this guy had a run earlier in the year. He went 19 straight scoreless outings. The last White Sox pitcher to do that, our guy Matt Albers.
Oh yeah,
with Chicago, and Albers went 30 straight.
Whoa.
That's the club record.
Boy, that's doing a job for quite some time.
Now, Albers did it ended one season, carried over to the next. The last guy to do it in the same season was Jesse Crain. He had 29 straight in one season. And we saw him every time Cleveland played Chicago. And he got him looking at a fastball right at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, that's a perfect pitch he made. Locked him up. You end up sitting on that breaking ball because you've seen him, and then he just throws a low dart inside corner, and you think that ball's going to start breaking, but it holds its plane and it gets by you. It's the second out now, so a couple of walks in the inning, a couple of strikeouts.
Well, now Austin Hedges. Yeah, 7 of the last outs for Cleveland hitters have been via the K. In the hole, backhanded and kicked by Montgomery. Around third, Hoskins is going to score and makes it a 1-run game.
Well, that's a break right there for the Guardians. Montgomery, what you do as an infielder with 2 outs in that situation, you knock the ball down, keep it in front of you. He was going to try and make the play on the backhand, but he didn't catch it. And now Hoskins, who's a guy that, you know, he's got very average speed, able to keep coming around to score with 2 outs. Look at, he booted that. And that is a break. They make it a 3-2 ball game, and you keep the inning going. I'm not saying that was an easy play, but it certainly was a play you've got to keep the ball in front of you and knock it down.
Now a base hit could tie the game. Stephen Kwan. He takes it. It's a challenge by the catcher, Teal.
Pitcher's called the ball, catching a challenge.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. I think this is going to be a win for Teal. And it does catch the outside.
Balls are returned. Chicago retains the challenge.
I mean, almost the entire ball is in the strike zone. That was a pretty easy one to challenge for Teal. Stephen Kwan. Shoots one to left field. That's going to get down. Coming around third base. Rocchio speeding home, and it's booted again. Antonacci couldn't come up with the ball. To third is Hedges. Into second is Stephen Kwan. Brand new ball game here in the 7th.
Well, they've been playing Kwani shallow in left field, but he still finds a way to get some grass, and then Antonacci overruns it. There it is, inside out. Didn't hit it that hard, but placed it beautifully. You can see how shallow he was. He's got to go over the line, and when he comes up, he was looking at the base runner if he was going to go. Took his eye off the ball, so that will be an error.
Single RBI error allows everybody to move up 90. Bazzana can give him the lead with a base hit now. And time called. A pitch violation on the pitcher, Brian Hudson. He took too long. It's ball 1 for Travis Bazzana. Boy, if this isn't guards ball at his best, I don't know what is. Ball 1. 2 walks set the table. And after 2 strikeouts, an infield RBI single and a little flare knocks in the tying run. And on the error, 2 in scoring position, and ball 3 to Bazzana with David Fry waiting on deck. Venable trying to push the right buttons with his bullpen, and now the defense is starting.
Yeah, the defense, broke down in this inning.
Well, now our guys are telling Hedgie, watch the ball. It may get by him.
Oh, he's watching.
He is, but
I mean, that's a catcher. He knows.
The teams are picking up one. I think the field's so wet. They got lucky on that quad hit. They didn't skip and keep going down the line.
It wasn't hit that hard. Right. It checked up.
Bazzana trying to go the other way, fouls it off, and a full count. Back-to-back 2-out RBI hits, tying the game at 3 here in the 7th. And the payoff pitch to Bazzana. Struck him out to end the inning. 7 in the books. We're deadlocked at 3.
Time only at Pizza Hut.
3-3, eighth inning. What else would you expect between these two clubs?
Nothing. The same thing right here. Tie ball game going in the last 2 innings.
Colin Holderman, the fourth Guardians pitcher of the night. He's got Miguel Vargas leading it off. Vargas, one swing of the bat, gave Chicago a 3-1 lead in the 5th inning. Tremendous at bat. He fouled off a few 100-mile-an-hour fastballs from Gavin Williams, and then finally got one to his liking, a breaking ball. He crushed it to the home run porch.
That's the amazing thing. When you see these hitters nowadays, they can foul off 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, ends up hitting an 83-mile-an-hour breaking ball out the next pitch because it stays up a little bit. It's crazy, isn't it?
Vargas 2 more hits tonight.
But that just makes your point. Holderman was 99 on the pitch before that, Arch.
Yeah.
Then he comes across with that sweeper where it was lower at 86. You're right. Like if it's low, no one is hitting that.
Right. If you make a good breaking ball after you foul off 100, you're not going to hit it. But you hang one, and that just speeds up the bat. And I mean, he hit it through a wind that blew up in that inning.
Swing and a miss. Vargas down swinging.
That's one big out there.
Yeah, because when you think about Vargas and that power that he brings to this lineup and how he has impacted Chicago, do you realize it's only the 2nd time in White Sox history they've had 3 players reach 20 homers prior to the All-Star break?
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do. But I mean, they've had the home run teams now.
Center field. Juan puts it away. 2 down. You got to go back to 06 when it was Jim Thome, Paul Konerko, and Jermaine Dye.
How about that? Ooh, that's a trio.
That's a pretty good trio.
That's a good trio right there.
Take my chances with those 3 guys.
Yeah, you got any kind of guys that can get on base, be the table setters. Oh, we whiffed on that one and got him right in the knee.
That's why umpires wear shin guards under those pants.
They better.
Otherwise, he'd be limping.
And then you're saying, "Oh, sorry,
my bad."
Yeah, right.
It is your bad.
Yeah, it is. He's going to say, "Yeah, you better not be up next inning."
High fly ball center field. Juan says he has plenty of room to gather it in. Just shy of the warning track. White Sox go 1-2-3. We move to the bottom of the 8th. Tied at 3. Key back, key play of the game. Couple infielder. First started with an infield hit off the glove of Colson Montgomery. Rhys Hoskins came around to score, and then a Stephen Kwan patented opposite field bloop shot, and then Antonacci overran it. I don't think he had a shot at the plate anyway. That tied the game.
Nobody took his eye off it, and that allowed 2 base runners to move up, and they had an opportunity to get one more in. Could have put a couple on the board. Well, back to work. Going to get a pinch hitter already right of the chute.
Yeah, bottom of the 8th, they go to a right-hander, Trevor Richards, making his 21st appearance of the year, and Khalil Watson will bat for David Fry. And a first pitch slider in there for strike 1. Richards came over from Philadelphia in a trade on May the 5th. And that goes to the backstop. It's 1-1. Tied him up with a good fastball. It's 1-2. one, missed down low. And the 2-2 foul back. Threw it by him. And a word from Bet365.
Did you win? Let's just say the next round of omelets is on me, fellas.
Bet $10, get $200 in bonus bets.
Richards doesn't blow up the radar gun, but he's got what you call sneaky fast.
Enough to get it by you if he puts it in the right spot.
His hair matches his jersey, too. I
was going to say, he looked like an old man with the white hair.
Left field. And Tanachi. 2 down.
Matt, Rick, as I'm sitting down here listening to some of the players talking, it's almost been like it's been 2 different games. You know, the first half, it was just the starters, and they're going over with these iPads trying to figure out who's in, who could still come in for the White Sox. Managing this game has probably been like 2 different games as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, split right in half. It was almost a half a game. Right. When the rain came.
Rhys Hoskins with 2 down. Takes the ball in the dirt.
Well, in the first 2 games, we've seen an awful lot of bullpen guys.
Everybody's going to see about everybody by the time we get to
I know.
Sunday.
With 2 to go, you're right.
A little high. 2-0.
All hands will be on deck.
Foul up third base side. He missed in off the plate. 3-1. Hoskins was waiting for that fastball, but he fouls it off, and now a full count. To the backstop it goes, ball 4.
Boy, he took his time, stepped off the mound, and boy, that one was not even close. Second straight time that Hoskins has walked. This one coming with 2 outs.
You know, Arch, we've been talking a lot about the White Sox stark contrast to their success at home versus on the road.
Right.
White Sox, you talk to their people, the guys that follow the team, they're at a loss to explain it. You may have found something. White Sox relievers, their bullpen has allowed a Major League Baseball high 112 runs on the road. So when you talk about their problems, when your bullpen is constantly giving up leads or giving up runs late, it either kills your chances to come from behind, or you're talking about coughing up leads late.
You can't score enough runs.
Yeah.
And you know, they're third in the league in runs scored. You know, so they do score a lot of runs, but when you give it right back, you're going to play a lot of 1-run games. And you know, that catches up to you after a while. But they're total opposite at home, so that's really good. Then that's it, really, case in point.
And Luzardo, and it's close, and they think it's strike 3 called. They're going to challenge it.
Pitcher's called the ball catcher has challenged.
And they may be right.
Richards was already walking off. He didn't even know they were challenging him.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Inning over.
The callers have returned, the batter's out. Chicago retains challenge
for Trevor Richards. And we'll go to the ninth. Cade Smith will come on for Cleveland to try to keep us tied as we move on to inning number 9.
Start with a light. It's Miller time.
Last night, the Guardians bullpen keyed the victory by keeping Chicago from pulling any further ahead. Tonight, they have once again kept the White Sox in check, giving the offense an opportunity to come back and tie the game.
Yeah, and that's what they do, man. 3 1/3, only 1 hit, no free passes, 3 strikeouts. So that's what you do. That's why we have a tie game, and we're looking for 1 more 0 before we can give our offense a chance to walk it off again.
Cade Smith facing Colson Montgomery and a first pitch strike with a fastball in there.
They had some very good at-bats off Cade Smith when we were in Chicago for that series. I mean, we were looking at each other saying, you got to be kidding me.
There's an out. Hit it hard, but right into the mitt of Rhys Hoskins, 1 down.
Now batting for Chicago, right fielder number 24, Braden Montgomery.
Bring up Braden Montgomery, a switch hitter. That .365 scores from around the league. Montgomery 1 out of 3 on the night. He may have went, on the appeal. Vic Carapazza said he went too far.
He was cheating on that heater. He's the one that hit the ball down the third baseline for a double in Chicago.
Arch, we've been here long enough. We're getting the West Coast scores now.
Yeah.
We're getting the A's, the Angels. We're getting everybody.
Yeah, 2-hour delays will do that.
They'll do it to you, right?
It's the first one we've had in a while.
That's true. Way past Arch's bedtime.
Down low. Full count. Chase Mydroth a good 10 feet from the on-deck circle. And a liner to third. What a play by Daniel Schneemann. And a perfect throw.
How about that? What a nice play. That ball was tough, and he's ranging, and it looked like he went down to catch that ball. Normally you like your glove up. Let's see. That ball just jumped up, and it went right into the webbing for him. Beautiful.
The thing that I liked, Arch, is after he had to make a sped up type play, you could see him pump that glove, took just to
get a good pick up your target and then throw a seed. That's right. Boy, he's good no matter where you play him.
He's one of my picks for Gold Glove from the utility spot.
Absolutely. I don't see why not. I mean, he was there last year, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He was a finalist.
Yeah. He was in the top 3.
He'll be there again
and that guy that won it was pretty darn good, too.
That guy from Houston, right, that now is with Atlanta.
Yes.
Dubon.
Yep. But he doesn't hurt you no matter where you put him. He's worked very hard, and he does a terrific job.
And you just talked about his throw, and he's talked about it, that he's had to get his arm stronger after being in the outfield.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm sure he's had to go through arm soreness throughout the course of his career coming up here doing that. That's not an easy thing to do.
Be, right.
When you're making outfield throws and he's good and he's accurate, and then come back in and you're making a third base throw, a second base, sometimes shortstop.
Payoff pitch. Bouncing ball to short. Rocchio got him. The White Sox go 1-2-3, and those who have stuck it out through the rain delay on their feet applauding the work of Cade Smith. And now we'll see if the Guardians can walk them off again. Bottom of the ninth. Who's next?
The helpful hardware, folks.
3-3, bottom of the ninth. Last night's hero, Brian Rocchio, will lead it off. He has singled one and scored the tying run. Trevor Richards starts him off with an off-speed pitch for strike one. He worked a scoreless eighth inning, struck out a pair, walked the batter.
And you can see what Rocchio's done late in the ball game. We showed you in the open, the 8th and 9th inning, how good he's been this year for this ball club. Right now, we'd love a nice little start to the inning by getting on base. I saw today where he's got a walk-off hit against everybody in our division, huh? That's pretty good.
High pop. Shallow right. Montgomery in. One down.
Now batting for Cleveland, third baseman number 10.
Here comes Daniel Schneemann. Called out on strikes as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning. Center field, back goes Peters, still going back, it's over his head. He makes the catch, slammed into the wall and hung on. Wow. What a play by Peters on the dead sprint. The fact that he caught it was amazing and then held on even more so.
He got after it, man, and that was, he caught up to it. That's amazing. He knew the wall was coming near, but he jumps and goes right into the glove and crashes into that wall. What a nice play. I didn't think it was a home run when it left the bat, but it carried pretty darn well, didn't it? Right to the base of that wall.
Austin Hedges with 2 down in the 9th. Looks like Eric Sabrowski will be coming on to work the 10th. Should we go to extras? Austin Hedges down on the count. His infield RBI single got the Guardians to within a run in the 7th, and then Stephen Kwan followed with a game-tying hit to left field. Chased it, it was in the dirt, and there's no chance to get him. So Hedges reaches on the wild pitch after the strikeout, and it will give Stephen Kwan a chance to bat with 2 out in the bottom of the 9th.
Did he? I didn't even see him swing at that, but he did, and he took off as soon as he did. I saw that ball. It was such a bad pitch that it got by him, but there's the swing right here. Holy smokes, and he's on. He reaches on a wild pitch.
Stephen Kwan to the plate. In the dirt, ball 1. Boy, Richards loves that changeup. And I think that probably helps that fastball play up a little bit as well. It's not overpowering, but he short arms it just enough. Gets the hitter thinking slow stuff, and then he can zip it by him. It's just amazing how 92 sometimes can look like it's 98. I guess that's just another great example of the velocity. The radar gun doesn't give you the full picture.
No, it just gives you speed. Good pitch in on the hands.
Back of the plate, and it's in the seats. Did guys that had that sort of short arm delivery. Did they give you trouble?
Yeah, because the ball's on you before you see it. It's an optical illusion. You know, you see something coming in, you think you're seeing it, and it's by you. I mean, and a lot of times you don't get that from the camera. It's when you get in that batter's box, and it just depends. On some guys, you just have a tough time picking up the baseball on. And he's coming right back from behind his ear, you know, and it comes up, and it's got a little more zip on it than you think. Now, if you face him and you know people, it'll help. You know, you can cheat a little bit, or you know what he's trying to do. But this is the first time I've ever seen this guy pitching against us.
Philly in May, as we said, 2-2. Long going to left, over
too much hang time.
Antonacci runs it down, and we've got extra innings. Who knows? We may take this one all the way into the 4th of July.
It's Miller time.
(3-3) 10th inning. Extra innings here at Progressive Field, and Cleveland will turn to Eric Sabrowski, making his 31st appearance on the year. Guardians on the year have not won an extra inning game at home so far. They're 3-3 overall.
They're going to get their pinch runner out there. Is going to be
yeah, that's Luis Angel Acuna, who's going to run for Chase Mydra.
Right.
And he can fly. We saw him. Remember, he stole that base in Chicago. He almost slid into left field.
Yeah, that's why they're going to have to keep him close at second base there with the left-hander on the mound. Zabrowski's going to have to keep an eye on him.
Randall Grichuk is going to pinch hit for Tristan Peters. And he has been a left-handed killer from the right side of the plate. After the first pitch falls off.
He wastes no time getting up there.
Good pitch in there for a strike, and now a challenge from Grichuk.
Pitch is called a strike. The batter has challenged.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Strike.
Each team gets
one. The call is confirmed. Chicago is out of challenges.
One challenge in extra innings, so the White Sox are out of challenges. And that's off the outside edge. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luis Angel Acuna, the runner at second base. Sabrowski deals, and that's strike 3 call.
Yeah, he knew it. He locked him up with a really good low heater. Good pitch, knee high. Just didn't pick it up. Out number 1.
Another pinch hitter. Junior Perez will bat for Jacob Gonzalez. Acuna, he was thinking about going to third, but Sabrowski looked him back.
He's doing a nice job holding him on. Varying the time that he's taken. He'll look at him one time and then he'll go to the plate. Next time he'll just stop and go. Do not let him get a walking lead.
You know, for a team that has made no secret about trying to win on the margins, trying to find every source of advantage, they've done a really good job when it comes to slowing the other team's run game down, trying to take advantage with their speed guys to advance runners when they have those chances. You know, and then you throw in the catchers with their inside, the back pick at first, and the pitcher inside moves second.
That's what you have to do, run prevention.
Yeah.
You know, you hit your cutoff men, you throw to the right bases. That's all part of the process.
But I feel like, Rick, it wasn't that long ago when the inside move was just a throwaway move. And that back pick was more like a show-off move for a catcher that had a great arm. Now teams are weaponizing.
Well, with the time clock and everything like that, you have to.
Ring him up. Caught him looking again. Back-to-back strikeouts on the pinch hitters for Eric Sabrowski. I don't know if he's just got him sitting off speed or just not picking it up.
He's making some really good pitches down in the zone, fastballs, putting him away. They know he's got a good breaking ball. And he's holding that runner close to second base, too, while he's doing it.
2 down, left on left. Sam Antonacci fouled it off. Strike one.
Yeah, this is the out you want to get. You got the big guy on deck.
Antonacci 0 for 4 tonight. He had an equipment issue, so the umpire gave him a little extra time to adjust that shin guard protector. The 0-1. Again, missed away. You know, we mentioned this earlier. Antonacci, he doesn't walk a lot, but he's got a very good eye at the plate. Almost sounds like a conundrum, right? But he'll work a count, but he wants to swing the bat.
We'll see now. You know, he did it again. Remember when Smith was it that got him out, struck him out? When
it was Gavin earlier.
Gavin, where he threw that 3-2 down and in, that breaking ball down and in. He swung. But, you know, he goes up there. He doesn't want to walk. He wants to swing. And we'll see on a 3-2 count off the left. He had him down 0-2, and he's worked his way right back into it.
Sabrowski got ahead with a good first pitch fastball. Off on that 3-1. He got a fastball.
No, but you got to get this guy. You got to get this guy here.
He's just trying to shake it off. That foul ball got mostly him. Sabrowski eyeing that runner at second. Payoff pitch. Hit to right field. Back is DeWater. On to the front edge of the warning track and makes the catch to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the ninth, or the bottom of the 10th, tied at 3. Good as it gets. Bottom of the 10th inning. And the White Sox go to another left-hander. Their third of 4 in the bullpen that they've used tonight. Sean Newcomb. Now, Sean Newcomb, you know, when we were in Chicago, he backed up Sean Burke with 2 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball to secure the save in that 2-1 White Sox win. But then last night, different Sean Newcomb. He walked 2, gave up a hit, and gave up a run as the Guardians made their way back in that game to beat Chicago. So he comes on here with the ghost runner, Stephen Kwan, the winning run at second base, and Travis Pizzana leading it off. Leo Watson waits on deck. White Sox pinch at the corner. Pizzana not showing bunt. He almost threw it to the backstop and almost over his head.
It almost hit him, too.
If that was a backup breaking ball or if he just didn't have a good grip on it. No, he just whiffed on it. Ozana takes again, 2-0. Three balls, no strikes.
Certainly going to take one here and then look for something if he can hit the zone. Other than that, they're going to move him over if they can.
Borderline, but Ozana felt like, you know what? No reason to waste a challenge.
No, I want to get a base hit and end this game right here.
Sean Newcomb ready. 3-1 pitch. Ozana was going to bunt and he jabbed at it. I think he just missed and it's a full count.
There's one there. I want to see him drive him in. He was trying to get him over but didn't look committed.
But boy, when you've got the count tilted in your favor like that.
Yeah, drive him home.
Here's the payoff pitch. Popped in the air near the netting and out of play. The only defenders in the game for Chicago in their original positions are the right fielder Braden Montgomery and the catcher Kyle Teal.
Did you see Teal on that pop-up going in play? He was all the way down to third base, and there you can see the defensive changes for the Sox.
Yeah, he heard someone over here yell tag, and he took off.
He sure did. He was on third base waiting if a play was there.
Again, the 3-2, and again it's fouled back. Ozana, he can be the hero here tonight.
Matt, I believe when we were in Chicago, you asked Stephen Vogt about Ozana seeing guys he's never seen before, and Newcomb was one of the guys you were talking about when he threw that slider that got him. And Vogt said the more he sees it, the more comfortable he'll be.
Yeah. Base hit left field. Quan coming around third base. Ruge will hold him there.
Yeah, nothing he could do there.
Grichuk got to it quickly enough.
Well, he got him over. He got him over, and that was a good job, but it was just not. Grichuk playing a little shallow. Well, here's an opportunity. Another walk-off.
Khalil Watson will be the batter. The White Sox will bring the infield and the outfield in. Still calm, cool, and collected, even in the chaos. That's a guy, Arch, that expects good things to happen. You can feel when you talk to him the drive that young man has. He's not happy to be here. He knows he belongs here. And he has joined the club when you get yourself a big old walk-off hit like that.
Yeah, you do. And I'll tell you what, another one-run ball game between these two clubs and another walk-off. And they're starting to treat Chicago like they treated us in the first two games back there 10 days ago.
Aggressive, jumped on it.
And he knows he didn't need much. He just placed it right. Infield's in. Just get enough of it to get it through the infield. Run scores. Time to go home.
Great moment for Khalil Watson. Remember, he tortured Chicago in Chicago.
Sure did.
Helped the Guardians salvage the finale.
Hey, when you come up and you do that against a team when you first start in the big leagues, he may do that for a while to Chicago because he's feeling good about himself.
Al Capone was public enemy #1. Khalil's #2 in Chicago right now. The way he's treated them. And I mean, think about it. I think that's his 7th run batted in against Chicago.
Yeah, he had a great series there.
4-3 is the final. Khalil standing by with Andre downstairs.
What a night.